Alrighty guys, what is going up? Welcome back to another episode. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the general stock market, and we're going to be looking at a couple of companies that I do see a lot of value in for this week here. But starting off, there's been a lot of people that are saying the stock market is going to crash, the stock market's doomed. What's going on with that? Well, over the past week or so, we've had beautiful growth in the S&P 500. Now, for those of you that don't know what the S&P 500 is, the S&P 500 is a market index that really makes up the top 500 companies weighted by market cap. So you'll have companies like Apple, Amazon, Microsoft in it. It's a perfect way to invest in just the US economy and not have to worry about the day-to-day price and all of that. The S&P 500 does have a historical return of around 9.8% over the past 90 years. So, through all the Great Depressions, recessions, ups and downs in the market, if you were a holder and you just held through everything, you would have a return of around 9.8% per year compounded. Not to mention the S&P 500 ticker SPY does pay a dividend, so you can start compounding your money very, very fast, and you can start counting on cash flow coming in because cash is trash and cash flow is king. That's a very, very important lesson right there. But looking at this chart here, you guys can see over the past week, we've really seen this whole market go from about $400 all the way up to about $411. And that may not seem like much, but with this huge market, with all these companies, that's a very strong move to see. So will this market fall? Will it crash? Well, eventually it does, because yes, almost every 3 to 6 years we'll have a market crash when the market falls 20%. I think we'll probably be due for a little bit of a correction, and a correction is pretty much when we get temporary sell-off of around 10%. I think that's a very fair thing. One thing to look at is you guys can see almost every single time that the S&P 500 does cross this red on the RSI, we get sell-off. So we got sell-off and then the overall major crash here. Comes in contact up in here. We did get sell-off in here. So now with it coming up to $69, $70, I think we'll probably have a little sell-off back down to about $400, if not around $390. One thing that's very, awesome about this is it does right now use these moving average line as some overall support, which is very nice to see. So I really think that a lot of new investors can really capitalize on the volatility of this company here in the next week or so. So what companies pretty much am I investing in? So I'll show you the first one here. One that I bought and I'm holding is ticker symbol SQ. This is Square. So you guys can see it does have some overall support at around $202. So pretty much every time this company hits that price target or price point, we get buying pressure. So we get buying pressure, buying pressure, buying pressure every single time there. So I bought in at around $200, even though I was invested in at around $136. I bought more and now I'm holding it for a breakout of $283. So there's a lot of opportunity in the market right now. It's all about just being smart with your investments. But with the general market, I think a lot of new investors capitalize on the volatility. If it sells off, buy it and don't even look at it for, a couple of years. That's one thing that I'm, very, very heavy on myself about is, just being disciplined with my investments. Not to mention diversifying. Another company that I want to show you guys is Penn. Penn is another company that has seen some sell-off over the past couple of weeks. So we've hit highs here at around $142. And then we did get some sell-off all the way down to about $100. So I think we'll probably have some support step in right at around $100 because this old resistance will act as some new support for this, for this company here. I bought this stock all the way back in at around $4. I sold a little bit at 46. Average back into it at around 30, and I've been just holding it ever since. I'm a huge believer in Penn. I think there's a lot of future for it with the gambling and everything like that. Not to mention, I'm a huge Barstool Sports fan, and they did recently merge and bought out a little bit of their company there. So I think that Penn definitely does carry quite a bit of future. But for all investors, guys, 99% of everybody, almost everyone, just be smart with your investments. invest in the S&P 500. If it sells off, use it to your advantage. There's some things you need to understand right now. Yes, there's more money than ever in the economy. This is why we've seen a lot of growth with the market, especially the S&P 500, because there's a lot more money out there that's being used and spent. So things are going to become more expensive, and that's just the world we're in. When inflation's high, things become a little more expensive. That's why we've seen a lot of stocks skyrocket up. Not to mention, guys, if it does sell off, just average in your position. Use it to your volatility. Use it to your advantage here. One thing to be a little concerned about is unemployment is still pretty high if you compare it to 2019. Right now it's around 6%. In 2019 it was around 3%. So I do think we'll probably, see some more growth, but overall be ready for some sort of crash or correction most likely, and use that to your advantage to make some money, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and overall I hope you guys got something of value out of this video. And if you did, hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you later. That's kind of my market breakdown, so I hope you guys got something of value. Take care.